They say every day is for the thief, one day for the owner of the house. But ICPC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, has reversed the role. It is now every day for the owner of the house. If you're involved in bribery, over-invoicing, or any shady deal, the day of reckoning has come. ICPC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, is watching you. If you're reported for any corrupt practice, you'll be investigated, prosecuted, and punished. Corruption is harmful to our nation. Join the campaign against it by reporting any corrupt practice to ICPC, the Anti-Corruption Commission.
Let we join hands with ICPC, make them better.
Let's make Nigeria great again.
ICPC, they watch you.
I want hand for corruption.
Break the chain of corruption now. Don't give, don't take. This message is brought to you by ICPC, the Anti-Corruption Commission.
Hello viewers, welcome to this week's edition of Corruption Must Go, ICPC's weekly television program. I am your host, Hawa Sani Garba. Section 6A of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000 empowers the Commission to receive and investigate any report of conspiracy to commit, attempt to commit, or commission of an offence under the Act, and in appropriate cases to prosecute offenders. These reports are also referred to as petitions. ICPC has an obligation to investigate all the reports made, even by those who are unable to write in English language. Today on the program, we shall take you on a journey through the different stages that a petition goes through when it is first received, all the way to prosecution. But first, Joy is standing by with anti-corruption stories.
Hello viewers, thank you for staying with us. I am Joy Aja with Anti-Corruption Stories. ICPC has been admitted into the Law Enforcement and Government Alliance Program, popularly called LEGA, of the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, ACFE, as an official law enforcement and government alliance partner since September 2022. The admittance ceremony was held at the ICPC headquarters recently during a courtesy visit by officials of the Africa Academy for Counter-Fraud and Anti-Corruption Studies, the training and research arm of ACFE, to the Commission, and featured the presentation of a certificate of recognition to the chairman of the Commission, Professor Bolaji Owasonye SAN. Speaking at the event, the chairman of the Advisory Council, Dr. Rabiu Olowo, stated that LEGA presented an opportunity for law enforcement agencies at all levels to put thoughts and resources in the war against corruption.
Mr. Chairman, it is worthy to of note that the unity between law enforcement agencies across the world can only help them to make progress in combating crimes, with a unique reference to sharing of resources and the first-class networking opportunities that is available to them. For the ICPC, I would say that this will give you, the edge that you need to stay up to date with information, with resources, and with sharing of intelligence with your counterpart, both locally and also abroad.
The chairman of ICPC, Professor Bolaji Owasonye SAN, in his remarks, appreciated the body for the visit, while discussing the expectations of the Commission from the partnership as an anti-corruption stakeholder.
Law enforcement is always looking for evidence.
Yes,
sir. This doesn't mean they do not need knowledge. They need knowledge, which is why usually there's some level of systematic program of building capacity. So for me, what we would like to see is cutting-edge skill building ability, deliverable at affordable cost, that speaks for itself in terms of its quality. So once you dealt with that, I always say to my colleagues, when we talk about offices and locating people, I say if you are delivering service and you are very good, if your office is in a dungeon, people will come and look for you there. I've always had that view. So I always thought to myself, it's not about going to put an office in Maitama, Victoria Island, Ikoyi, when your head is empty. Nobody will come there. People will pass by and go to the office in Mushin where there is value, you know, because that's what they want. And in any event, in today's digital world, physical edifices are losing their relevance. So I would say that we're happy, at least about the initiative, but in terms of our expectation, I've made it very clear, is cutting edge, opportunity for cutting edge skill building at a very affordable cost.
From our Osun State Office, the head of the Corporate Affairs Commission in Osun State, Mr. Omotosho Kunle, has expressed his willingness to partner with ICPC in the anti-corruption campaign through timely response to requests from ICPC. Mr. Omotosho made the assertion while receiving the ICPC Resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Mr. Demola Bakari FSI, during a courtesy visit and sensitization lecture at the organization. Earlier in his address, Mr. Bakari stated that the purpose of the visit was to improve on the collaboration between the two organizations at the state level and also to enhance the existing cordial relationship, while the sensitization was to enlighten and educate officials of CAC on the anti-corruption campaign so that they would not run foul of the law in discharge of their duties. That will be all on this segment. Corruption Must Go continues with Hawa. Please stay with us.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
Petitions are indispensable to the work of ICPC. Many of the cases treated by the Commission begins with petitions submitted by whistleblowers who observed corrupt acts and, as their act of patriotism, report such acts. Once a petition is received, it is subjected to a review in order to identify elements of offences committed, which will determine whether or not the petition falls within the purview of the Commission's mandate to engage with. Mrs. Grace Aga-Ibe, Director, Special Services Department of ICPC, explains further on this.
The Commission receives petition through various platforms. All petitions are addressed to the Honorable Chairman of the Commission and can be sent to the headquarters through mail, through post, or can be dropped by the petitioner or an individual at the office. They can also send the petition to the state offices, and the state offices will send it to the headquarters. We also receive verbal petitions. That's, you can come into or enter into any of the offices in the state office or the headquarters and make a narration of your petition, and it will be captured in writing and acted upon. You can also send your petition electronically through email. You can also send through toll-free lines of the ICPC. All petitions we receive are given attention, anyhow it is sent. But the most important thing is that when you are sending petitions, you should try as much as possible to, if you don't put your name, you should leave a contact address or a phone number, so that in case the commission wants further information from you, you can be reached through that contact.
Now, the commission receives petition, and as soon as the petitioners send in their petition, they are expecting a magic. Could you briefly just enlighten the public on the processes these petitions go through?
Well, when a petition is received by the commission, it's received in the chairman's office and is sent to the special services department for processing. So it's numbered so that we'll keep track of every petition that we receive, and it's captured in our database. So the issue of not receiving petition, or we receive petition and it's missing, doesn't arise, because every petition that is received is numbered. Then after that, the petitions are vetted, sorted to determine the petitions that are within the commission's mandate and those that are not within the commission's mandate. We receive various petitions. Most are outside our mandate, and we can't delve into them because the law creating the commission specified the type of petitions that the commission can handle. So when we sort those that are within our mandate, it's referred to the Honorable Chairman for approval to investigate. The first thing the investigating department does is to invite the petitioner either to come and confirm what you have said in the petition, or to provide more documents or information on the petition. Then, if it is not within our mandate and is a criminal offense, we refer the petition to the agencies and law enforcement agency, the relevant law enforcement agency or anti-corruption agency to handle. And when we refer it, we ask you to handle and revert so that we'll know what action was taken on that petition. Then for those that are civil, either we advise the petitioner to go to court, or you can seek redress in any other way, because we don't have handle civil matters.
Having talked about civil matters, we just want to know briefly what type of petitions the commission is empowered to investigate.
Well, by the provisions of the law, that's the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000, the commission handles cases that are related to corruption and other related offences. So offences that are civil, offences that are purely administrative, are not handled by the commission. So cases relating to bribery, gratification, abuse of office, extortion, misappropriation of public funds, violence, sexual harassment, visa scam, job racketeering, money laundering, and so on. Then when it comes to petitions that the commission does not handle, we have offenses like electronic fraud, investment fraud, land matters, generally civil matters. The commission does not handle them. We have violent crimes like threat to life, kidnapping, murder. They are outside the commission's mandate. Then banker-customer relationship, the Commission does not handle financial crimes, loan sharks, administrative issues, domestic violence, trafficking in persons, matrimonial causes. Those are outside the mandate of the Commission, so we do not handle them. And when we receive petitions that border on these offenses, the Commission refers them to the relevant agency, law enforcement agency that handle them, or if they are civil cases or administrative cases, we refer them to the relevant ministries, departments or agency to handle and revert to the Commission. We ask the agencies to revert so that we will know what steps, what they did on the case, and that will also assist or hasten action on this petitions, so that don't just dump it and forget about it, so that the petitioner will also get justice. Thank you.
You are still watching Corruption Must Go. Our Corruption Must Go crew spoke with the schedule officer in charge of the feedback, who tells us more about how the Commission gives feedback to petitioners.
What are some examples of the platforms that the Commission uses to send out these messages?
Yes, we have an official phone, we have an official WhatsApp, we have an official email, we have an official, there is an official webmaster to whose schedule is just to communicate to the petitioner. Then if we see that this petition, for example, is not within the mandate of the Commission and it has to be sent to CBN, for example, when it has to be, when the petition has facts that relates to maybe withdrawals, unnecessary withdrawals, non-approval withdrawals from a customer's account, and petitions comes to us, what we'll do is that we'll now look at the petition, whether the phone number of the petitioner is on the petition. If the phone number of the petitioner is on the petition, we will now call, sometimes we call them and ask them that we have seen your petition, but we feel it's not within our mandate, and we have sent your petition to CBN for their necessary action. You may need to follow up. But if it's a petition that we feel we should forward as an agency ourselves, we now do the follow-up for such petitions. So we can send them via WhatsApp message, we can call them with our official phone number. Then sometimes we invite petitioners. We come and tell petitioners that maybe if it's a petition that has to do with land, we need additional evidence, or the person is talking about money laundering, then we'll have to call the person to say you have to come and give us evidence, because you cannot investigate or prosecute a case that does not have evidence. Because when we get to court, what we use are the documentary evidence. So we invite you to physically come to commission, and when you come, we tell you that you have not done this, we need this document. Then sometimes we send message to them via email and ask them that that we need the following documents and that you should reply us back and attach these documents. So via email. Then some other time we send them to our state offices. We have so many state offices in Nigeria, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Sokoto, and so many. So sometimes if it's convenient for the petitioner, we direct you to go to our state office and give them your document or give them the following information, and the state office will now revert back to the headquarters.
Thank you very much. Now, again, I want to bring out the fact that you said sometimes the commission refers to other agencies. Now, there's a fear that when the commission refers a case, a lot of Nigerians might be worried that, oh, that's where my case is going to end. Nobody's interested. How does the commission ensure that whatever agency they referred it to, that action is being taken on such cases?
Okay. What commission does is that, for example, let's say, for example, we have like 100 cases, petitions that has to do with investment fraud or that has to do with pension commission, because we get a lot of petition about pensioners who feels that their pensions are not paid one way or the other. If, for example, we are sending 100 petitions to Nigerian to pension commission, for example, what we'll do is that we do a covering letter and we state each of the petitions, that petition number 1, 2, 3 to 100 like that, we are sending it to you. We want you to work on this petition and we want you to revert back to us. And we have an officer whose schedule is to follow up with these agencies, all the agencies. We have one person for EFCC, we have another officer for Nigerian Police Force, we have another officer for other agency. So these officers, their schedule is you go, you find out, we send 100 petitions within January to March. We want to see how many you have worked on and we want to see the outcome. And usually in the covering letter we say you should revert back to ICPC to enable us update our records.
From the foregoing, it is obvious that once a petition is received by ICPC, it is treated with respect, dignity, and in line with the dictates of the law. It is important to note that all these processes and procedures a petition goes through are to ensure its smooth and successful prosecution when it is eventually charged to court. Remember also that from the comfort of your homes, you can send in your petitions through the Commission's email address info@icpc.gov.ng. You can also send us reports through our social media handles and toll-free numbers 0800 22 55 4272 displayed on your screen. Please do your duty as a Nigerian. Don't keep quiet when you see corrupt acts taking place. Report corruption so that our nation can be corruption-free. That's our package for today. See you again next week on NTA Network and NTA International on Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Bye for now.